Claire here in the Pacific Northwest Puget Sound area, Grow Zone 8B, and today is May 18th, so we're halfway through May, and so much stuff is rapidly happening in the garden, so I want to share with you all those things and everything that we've accomplished this week and talk about plants. So let's get going. Let's see what's happening. I usually like to start the garden tour off in this area that I call the bulb bed because this is what has the daffodils and the tulips and the bluebells that pop up, as well as other perennials like the lavender and these alliums, these giant alliums. But I had to show you guys, it's not fully open yet, but I'm 5'8" for reference, and this thing is as tall or maybe even a little bit taller than I am. So I'm really impressed with this guy right here. This area was full of dandelions, and I got out here last night and pulled up most of them, as much of the root as I could. Don't worry, they'll be back next year. Not worried about it. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dirt and fertilizer in front of this side of the trellis, and I'm going to plant some little baby pumpkins, little small ones, to grow up over this trellis, and that's going to be really cute. You guys, I don't know if you can see, there is a spider having a snack right there, but it's connected to this beautiful rose that is opening up, and it smells so good. And it is supposed to be a climbing rose, and this is the second year of me. Oh, there he goes, moving. This is my second year of having this, and I need to get this trellis arbor thing taken down and replaced with a new, more sturdy one, so I can start training it to grow up and over, because that is the goal. Look at these cute little baby mushrooms. They're sprouting up all over my garden in different spots. And I don't like mushrooms to eat, but I just think they're so cute and neat to look at. So here is just the overview of this garden area. Not a lot to look at right now. If you were here, you'd be impressed in person. But on video, I can see it does not look as cute as it does in real life, but it's about to get crazy because I have, so we'll see if they come up, but I've planted some dahlias in here, some tubers. That's what's listed here. I've got some poppies seeds sprinkled in here. We've got the sweet peas. Hopefully they'll make some progress this month. I've got a clematis right there, and a lot of other little seedlings that are popping up. Now this is funny because I'm pretty sure that this is a daisy, which I did throw some seeds in here like last year or earlier this season, and I think this is the same thing right here. But funnily enough, last year I kept pulling up things that looked like this because I thought it was plantain or dandelion or something. So I told myself, in this bed, I'm not going to pull up anything until it shows me what it actually is, because I have planted a lot of seeds out here and I thought they weren't germinating or doing their job, and I want to see what it is, if what I've worked to plant is going to come up. Here's some borage, and here's another thing that I'm not 100% sure what it is. I don't, my phone says borage, but I don't think it is. And then I've planted even more gladiolas. There's a lot of gladiolas coming up, but I've planted even more because I want to have like a whole wall of gladiolas over here. Look at this. Look how huge this is. It's like half the size of my face. So beautiful. Let's talk about roses and pests for a second, because I know that people start freaking out when they start seeing things on their rose plants, and I'm going to tell you how I deal with them. And basically, I don't. Most things that people are worried about with roses are aphids, and at least for me, I think they're called sawfly larvae, and it's little green caterpillars that will just eat your plant down. So the way I deal with it is I'm obsessed with my plants, so I come and look at them multiple times a day, and if I see a buildup of something, I don't freak out. I knock it down. I spray it down as far as the aphids go with the green little caterpillars. I just get them and I smush them between my fingers. it doesn't sound nice, but you know, I want my roses to live. And plus, the ladybugs eat the aphids, so I don't want to completely decimate a food source for them. And so I just trust in nature to kind of regulate herself, maybe a little help from me, but I do not use pesticides or spray them with soap and water, which I have done in the past, but I've just been knocking the aphids off and spraying them with water. That's it. This one is opening up, and oh my gosh, is that not just like the most beautiful colorway? The peachy, pinky outer tips. And as it matures, it will turn more white with like a little bit of a blush to it. It's so beautiful. And look at these. Look at these. These are so magical. I think these are everybody's favorite rose in the garden. It's so just dramatic, and it's, you know, yellowy with the hot pink tips right here, and as it opens up, it'll turn more sunsetty. It's like starts out golden and it gets more red and orange, and oh, it's just so beautiful. And so we have these that are open right here, and of course more buds, and then it's just got a full deck of buds ready to open up. I'm just so excited. Let me debut a little bit of an exciting development. So this right here obviously is a fence, and it's not finished, but it's going to have a gate that opens up here so I can get in here with a wheelbarrow if I want to. And I also intend to put a trellis of some sort right here, or arbor, that roses can grow over, because I really, really, really want this one variety of rose called New Dawn. Look it up. It's beautiful and prolific, and I want it to grow over here and have just such a dramatic, beautiful entrance to my cut flower garden. So be on the lookout for that when it's finished. Of course, I'm going to show you. This right here is the current entrance, and you close it off by, there's like a little hook that you put in that, which is fine, and it worked great for last year, but these pegs come out and will poke you, grab your clothes, this as well. So it'll be so nice to not deal with this treacherous gate, and you just squeeze through. See, I got snagged. But here is the cut flower garden, and I have so much to show you in this space. So obviously our snapdragons are snapping. They're doing awesome. Here's our strawberries. There's a lot of little fruit on deck here, and this is exciting. But a friend of mine gave me a bunch of strawberries from her garden, and I planted there were so many. She probably gave me like 30 plants. I planted so many. The chickens got in here and scratched them up, but thankfully it looks like there's new growth coming up, because they looked kind of sad and brown like this when I first planted them, but there's new growth coming up, so that's exciting. Just another lesson: don't give up on a plant, even if it looks sad and scraggly when you put it in or after you plant it. Let it overcome the shock of what it's gone through. Once again, we have little seedlings here for Bells of Ireland. This is that Angelica. I don't know if I need to cut this off because it's looking, there was a couple of hot days that I forgot to water this really good, but there's new growth happening right here, so it's not gone for. I'm thinking I'm just going to cut off this piece right here, and then and then more mushrooms popping up here and here, and like, look at this cute one. It looks like a perfect little pancake, doesn't it? So cute. So it was a few weeks ago that I planted in this space, and I had made a video of 5 things to plant in May for cut flowers. And so I'm happy to report literally everything that I planted is coming up. So the next crucial phase is going to be if they continue to mature and do well, because the seedlings are popping up. Let me show you. Here is some cosmos here and here. Look, they're just little bitty tiny things. Just so many little cute things popping up, but these are cosmos, and they're popping up in the middle bed, and there's some growth in the ones on the side. They're so microscopic, but just stay patient, stay watering your area, and you will get some cosmos. So these are zinnia seeds, and as you can see, some things have already taken some bites out of it. This thing got attacked. I caught it red-handed. Found a bunch of slugs out here, fed them to the chickens. You know, it was fun. But anyway, there is a lot growing, so we're just gonna chill and wait and see how everything progresses. And I'm gonna monitor this area for slugs and pill bugs. These are the sunflowers that we planted, and so there's already some coming up. Here's one with the little shell still on the leaf. That'll drop off eventually. This one I also, oh, there's two right there that I caught giant slugs on top of them, like in the act. So of course I had to take it to feed it to the chickens, and they got to have a little morning snack. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, see this one too. Look at that big old chomp something took. But anyway, if you see that, I'm going to go get some more seeds and chunk them in here. Keep on planting stuff. It's not too late if you see this, okay? Yarrow can take up to 3 to 4 weeks to germinate, but check this out. It's still microscopic, but there's like several microscopic little starts like this. I have to even like super zero in on this to find them, but there's one, and I had seen like about 4 or 5 out here. Hopefully they haven't gotten eaten. Oh, okay, see this and this. These are, these are yarrow, and they usually can take up to 3 to 4 weeks to germinate. So if you planted yarrow and it's going slow, don't fear. It starts out teeny tiny like this, and it grows into this. So don't give up and don't be discouraged when you see something teeny tiny like that, okay? So I've been growing some plants in these jugs for like little mini greenhouses, and let me show you what happened when I opened up these suckers and what I did with them. So I had this area last year that did not produce a lot of garden for me, but I wanted to try again in this space across from the new row garden, and so I needed to get everything weeded and cleaned up. I wanted to add in some of the compost in that area because the birds had gotten over there and flattened it out pretty good. But so see all that good black, amazing looking earth that's from the chickens, and I want to put that in there and kind of rake it in on the top of that area, and then define everything with those rocks, and kind of clean up some of the straw that has migrated over to that area. So I opened up the greenhouses, and it had created like a little brick of the starts. And so what I did is I just kind of broke them up into pieces, and then from there I planted them all into the ground. And so what I put over here were hollyhocks, foxgloves, and several varieties of snapdragons. So it's just going to be a garden full of tall, spindly, pretty clusters of different flowers. And one thing I learned about these greenhouses is I couldn't find a black Sharpie when I was writing on it. And if I could go back in time, I would do a black Sharpie, and I would do it probably on the duct tape that goes around it, because the sun and the water, it just basically disappeared all of my markings of what each individual variety was and what type of plant it is. And luckily I can recognize what it's going to be. But I did not know specifically what color I planted where. So we will find out together. And then give everything a good drink of water. So hopefully they're happy in their new home and will enjoy being in the ground and really start to take off. I had some extras, so I might pot those up and give those to some friends or find another place for them to grow. But the garden is getting really full of things that are potentially going to be growing, and I'm so excited for it. Thanks so much for sticking around to see what we've gotten into this week. I am so excited to continue sharing with you guys the things that are progressing and growing and thriving in the garden, and any failures as well. So be sure to subscribe, and if that's something that you'd like to keep up with, and give a like if you enjoyed today's video. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all next week.